In this video where we sum up the discussion about fruits, we are looking at important cases, important examples, and also specifically looking at what part of that particular fruit is edible, which is very important as far as the NEET exam is concerned. And we are starting with wheat, which is Triticum aestivum. The fruit nature is that it's a caryopsis, and the part which is edible is the endosperm along with the embryo. Going on, we have maize, that is Sia maize. Once again, here also the fruit is caryopsis, and the edible part is endosperm and embryo. Rice, of course, I mean, one of the staple diets, Orisa sativa. Here also it's caryopsis and endosperm plus embryo are the edible part. Note that wheat, maize, and rice belongs to cereals. So next fruit we are looking at is lychee. As lychee chinesis. Here the fruit character, fruit is a nut, and the arils are the edible part. We are now going into cashew nut as Anacardium occidentale. Once again, the fruit nature, the botanical morphological nature of the fruit is that it's a nut. And interestingly, here we have two sections. I mean, in the sense that you can use the cotyledon. I mean, that's also a edible part, and cashew nut has a fruit-like development, which is the thalamus. Basically, it's a peduncle, and I mean, it's a peduncle which is the modified part. Going on, the next example is tomato. That is Lycopersicum esculentum, and now the part that we have discussed tomato in a detailed manner in one of the previous videos. Tomato, of course, is a berry, and the edible parts are the pericarp and the placenta. The next example is grape. The botanical name is Vitis vinifera. Once again, it's a berry, and here, similar to that of tomato, the edible parts are the pericarp and the placenta. So these two examples, pericarp and the placenta, are the edible parts. I mean, the grape and the tomato. Going on to the next example, which is the guava. That is Hesperidium gujava, and here once again it's a berry, but here the edible part is the thalamus. Thalamus, we know that it's a part on which the floral organs are usually arranged. So it's thalamus, modified thalamus, and the pericarp and the placenta. Those are the parts which are edible in guava. Banana is the next example. Musa paradisca, and none of the previous videos we have discussed banana in detail. It's once again it's a berry, and mesocarp and the endocarp are the edible parts as far as banana is concerned. Going on to the next usually asked example, that is orange. Orange, of course, belongs to the citrus family. It's Citrus reticulata. Orange is a Hesperidium, and a very important point is that the edible part is the placental hair. We had already discussed in detail about orange in one of the previous videos in this particular fruit series. Going on to the next example is the date. Phoenix dactylifera. It's a berry, and it's a pericarp, which is the edible part. Date, let's as we know, it's a single-seeded fruit, and it's a berry, and the pericarp is the edible part. Going on to the next example, it's the pear, Paris communis. And the botanical nature, the morphological nature of the fruit is that it's a pome. And here the thalamus has modified into a fleshy part. And it's that is the edible part. That's quite the same case with apple also. That is the botanical name Pyrus malus. Of course, as in the case of pear, the morphological nature is that it's a pome. Here also it's a fleshy thalamus. In apple it's a fleshy thalamus, which is the edible part. And going on to the last example in our series of fruits, it's a custard apple. It is Ananas squamosa. It's a berry, and here it's a pericarp which is edible. But if you want a more specific information, it's a mesocarp which is that part. So not the points about the edible parts, which is very important as far as the examination point of view is concerned. So summing up the discussion about fruits in this particular video series, how are fruits of importance to humans? What is the importance of fruits? From our perspective, from a human perspective, one of the key importance is, of course, is dealing with nutrition. Of course, is dealing with its usage as a food source, which means that it's a source of nutrition. It's a source of all the essential components we need in a food, like vitamins, minerals, sugars, etc. So it's one of the most important source of nutrition. A second important point is that it's a source of food, and more than that, there are a lot of fruits which can be stored for a long time if you dry it, which means that it can be used to withstand adverse conditions. I mean, you can get a food source by drying the fruits, and three examples are almond, walnut, and cashew nut. And of course, we all know that a lot of vegetables are actually fruits. Fruits are used as vegetables. Three well-known examples are tomato, brinjal, and pumpkin. Now going on to a very important and very common fact is that we know that cereals, which is rice, maize, all of those cereals constitute one of the major food sources of humans, and most of them belong to the family Gramineae. And so the single-seeded fruits, rice, maize, all of them are actually, so they are fruits. That's a key point. So we are summing up the video series which was dealing with fruits, and the next video series will be looking at another important development of plants, and it's very important in the sense that is the way in which especially the angiosperms, that is the way in which the angiosperms propagate, or the species is maintained from one generation to another, which basically means that I am referring to seeds. So the next video series will be having a detailed look at the different types of seeds, their morphological features, etc. And thanks for watching this video. And if you feel that a video is useful, and please subscribe.